Take two. July 25th, 2021. It's a Sunday. I didn't like how the other one was going. It started going a bit dark. So, yeah. I don't really have much anything happy or pleasant to report. It's more of the same. I've got an idea for something to write about later. It'll probably be depressing with an uplifting spirit. If I remember to do it and if I have the energy to do it later, that is. Because it will take a while. I guess on a lighter note, I had a good run. I've been running like every day for the past while, like 2 weeks since I last started running again, after giving my ankle a chance to recover again. And it's like, now I've been running for even longer, and it's like, all right, it's still kind of not, but it seems like but I don't know, so I'm just being real careful, and just kind of adjusting what I'm doing based on how, well, what the body says. But I have been going for at least half an hour every day. Sometimes 40. The past 3 days I've been limiting it to about 30. Today I did like 32. But I think whatever day it was with the exclamation point, that was my 60-minute day. I was very happy with that one. And then on the back of the 60-minute day, I did 40, 40, 40, and then I dropped back to 30, 30, and so on. But I didn't let off after that 60. That was wow, that was something. I mean, I'm going to do that again when the weather is cooperating. I cannot do that. That was a really good weather day, and it was a really nice morning, and I felt good, and everything just kind of lined up. So that was really cool. But right now it's just terrible. I just can't handle it. But tomorrow I'll go early, because I wanted to run a little bit longer today, but I was like, I want to run in the morning. So I'll run in the morning when it's nice. Oh man, I don't know. Can you see? Yeah, just dripping, just awful. Oh. So, oh shoot, what was I gonna say? Oh my gosh. I forget. I guess it wasn't like, yeah, it was kind of something, but yeah, that'll come up later or something. Wow, just terrible. It's gonna be a short video. Wow. I did have a recent contact, and I hope I wasn't. I don't know how it came across, but I hope again it didn't come off as a demand of any kind or any sort of anything less than just like, hey, if this is okay, let me know. If it's not okay, just, but I'm afraid that like anytime I like even get, it's like, oh, doesn't know what to do, and then it just disappears for a while. That's like, well, I didn't ask for, it's like, I didn't, well, I'll just see what happens. I mean, things change, people change, they get more comfortable, maybe more confident, and sure of what they're looking for, what they want, or how safe they feel. Their comfort zones. Am I violating or trespassing? Like maybe I have like different, it's like I tolerate other people. Some people can get closer to me than other people. Some people are allowed to talk to me more than other people. Some people are allowed to be more familiar than other people. Whereas like the same, somebody I don't like, they try the same thing as somebody I do like, they don't get away with it. No, I won't. It's like they won't get the same reaction. Obviously, I think that's how everybody works. So nothing surprising there. I'm trying to think. I'm still trying to think of what I was thinking about. I don't think it's going to come to me. But I guess that's okay. I really wish I knew more. It's like just to, it's like torture on my end, from my perspective at this point. Just the not knowing. And it's like, and they know that I don't know. And they know their own heart, and they know what they want, or maybe they don't. And they have the ability to let me know, one way or the other, anything, just to stay, keep doing what you're doing. I'm still working on stuff, but you are important to me. I do like you. I do appreciate you. You are valued. Stick around. We'll see what happens. Okay. And maybe that has been said. It's just not directly. It's like, it's there. So that's what I kind of key on, but that's what everybody does. And I think everybody gets confused. And it's like, I could be about anybody. It's not to me. It's not. So it's like, I don't know. Because I don't want to read into it, And so I just try to treat it as, okay, it's just creative thinking, it's art. It's not actually about anyone. So there is no person associated. So it's like I can read into it all I want, but it's not really about anybody. So I get confused. And I think other people do, and that's where it gets frustrating for them to have to deal with all these people. It's like, but they have to know, and they do though. So it's like, the whole thing about not flirting. It's like expressly in the comments it says not flirting, but then everybody treats it as like, oh, it's for me. Oh, and I'll flirt back. People get swept up and lost, and it's like, I don't think I even noticed the comments at first. I noticed I was responding to the material as this is my version of it. This is how, my take on the material. And then I started noticing the notes where it has all the stuff. And it's like, oh, interesting. So anyway, everything got my attention. What was it? Author's Endnotes of Patrick Rothfuss, I think, is the first thing I ever saw or heard. Firelight chat. And it really made an impression. Lasting impression. And everything from there. Crazy. But I think it's been worthwhile, and I only hope that, and I worry about that too. It's like, maybe I'm being a bad influence. I don't think so, because I see signs that, it's like, imitation is the best form of flattery or something, or I think I see imitation, like some of the stuff that it's like, was that there before, or was that new? Because I don't know, because I don't remember her writing that way before. So it might be a little bit of my influence, or just she's been exposed to my thinking, and some of it's rubbed off. And it's like same in reverse. I mean, it's like some of my little things that I do now, I never used to do those things. my style. So I've adapted and adopted some of her style into my stuff, and some of her phrases and ways of speaking, and punctuation even, and style, and just spacing I've even adopted some of. So I wonder if she's even noticed that, because it's just all just over time. Not hidden, but not made a point about. And I did remember, I was thinking about this, other times where it should have been a little bit more obvious that there was something. I always knew I was different. But I do remember, I remember remembering things. I remember there was one job I had, and it was at the National Conservation Training Center in Shepherdstown, West Virginia. And there was this one woman, I forget her name. She was on the cleaning staff. She was kind of not too nice to me. I don't know why. But I was talking in an energetic way, and I just the way I do, and she made the comment. This is over 15 years ago. 15 years ago, and she just made the comment. I don't know, that I wonder if you held his arms behind his back or tied his arms behind his back if he could keep talking. Something to that effect, where it's like I was moving my arms and enough that it was so distracting, or that yeah, because and it's like then I was like, oh well. And I thought about it. I was like, wait a second, do I move my arms? And then I consciously I was like, yeah, I do. And it's like, yeah. But it just, and then also my thing about walking. It's like I can walk okay, of course. But if I know that I'm being watched, then I start having trouble. It's like, how do I walk? And then I get self-conscious and I think about stuff, and it's like, oh, I'm being. And I don't think that's anything particularly interesting. I think that's a lot of people. I think that's anxiety. I don't think you have to be, or it's not autistic thing. I don't think so. And I also was thinking about how, this has not made it into writing, and I don't think this will just get lost in here. So my continuing to go to those meetings over there, and not the ones that I've stopped going to, adds to, sure, I could do that for the rest of my life if I wanted to. I'd be more than welcome to. But it validates other people, that it's okay. That this is an okay way to spend your time. And it is. If you want to be there. If you feel it's some of your obligation or penance or restitution or whatever you want to call it for past behavior. Because there's a lot of people that have, I don't know exactly all the stuff that they feel guilty over and how they lived. Me, it's like, I just lived really badly. I didn't ever get into any trouble other than, the stuff that I did to myself. I sure could have, but I didn't. So it's like I've never gotten into trouble with the law, never wrecked any cars, never stole anything, got caught. But even then, nothing big. And even then, I did a lot of that before I started drinking too. Actually, more, shoplifting and stuff. But, that was when I was a kid, just a dumb kid, because it was, something to do. I did get yelled at once, and I stopped for a while. Yelling at me works. Anyway, that was a long time ago. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, permission. Validates them to, that's good enough. because there's this guy, he's still doing it, so it must mean that it's okay for me to keep doing it. And it's like, that works if you are actually in danger, or think you might be, of like picking up that first drink out of like boredom or despair or loneliness or confusion or whatever. You know, of seeking that camaraderie or affiliation or acceptance and understanding from this, you know, the rest of the world, which is so hostile. And, you know, it's like, well, it is, but, you know, it's always been that way. And, you know, well, you know, to me, I guess. I've just kind of gotten used to it. You know, I just never expected that part to change, I guess. It's like, yep, the world is still like how it is. It's very terrifying, just like how it was before, and confusing, and people are jerks, and I don't like them. Most people. Not most people. I still don't know how to talk to people or correspond or have a conversation or communicate very well. But I have had a lot of practice pretending and posturing and imitating, mimicking. So I can pretend very well. But only for so long before everything just falls apart and I get tired and then I just get cranky because I just want to go because it's taking too much for me to, you know, stay on cue and perform. So anyway, I guess I can't think of what I was trying to think of. It is gone. I still am thinking about getting my token for 5 years. And it's like, I guess this whole pandemic thing has shown me that, you know, yeah, I still have some thoughts. I still, this whole Alcoholics Anonymous thing, it's like, yeah, that it's really nice, but, you know, it did serve its purpose, but I didn't really do what everybody else. It's like I saw it was a guideline, a framework, a base, but I just don't get it. I didn't then. I still don't now. I mostly do about the same things, but I don't really, you know, it's like I just live better, and I didn't want to die. So it's like there, yeah, I decided I didn't want to die, and it's like I got, you know, some guidance and support during a transitional phase into being able to, you know, deal with myself better and discover myself and what I was all about, which was difficult. It still is. But yeah, so it's all good. It's all good. I feel pretty good in general about life and my prospects and my ability to handle whatever is on the horizon, even if it's nothing, even if it's just self-determined and moving of my own volition, of my own accord, by myself to destinations unknown. And it might just be across town. Get an apartment where I can have a cat, maybe. That's the most important thing. It's getting a cat. Well, I think so. Right now. Everything else is, I don't know. It's in the works. At least for me it is. Thought works. Story works. If, you know, it's a matter of willingness and I don't know, if it's wanted, it can be possible. But if it's not wanted, I will go my own way. And it's like, yeah, it's okay. I will be okay. I always, you know, it's like I don't have to like everything. And yeah, I'll be completely destroyed. But I will bounce back. I hate to admit it, but I do. I don't want to say always, because from, I have the precedent of bouncing back. Because I don't want to let anything destroy me the way it destroyed me before. It's so hard to recover. So difficult. And I don't want to do that again. I probably would just rather just keep going and not be saved. That sucked. Still kind of pissed off. I had plans to die. I didn't have plans to live. Now what? You know? What do you do when you wake up alive and you weren't expecting it? That's a whole other topic. I'm going to write about it later. That was what I was going to write about. Still not what I was remembering, trying to remember. This is a different thing. But right now, at this point in my pre-5 years, and also, oh, there's one thing. Yeah. People say that people get weird around their anniversaries, and maybe that's where I'm at. I doubt it. I think I'm just, that's just a convenient thing. And also, I only think that because other people talk about it being that way. So I think I just adopted it as an excuse to be extra weird around this time of year. Extra weird. As if I have to try. And then my other little thought, which all of this is just going nowhere. But it was suggested to me that somebody probably didn't want to ask me for directions, something in the store, and they went to somebody else further away when I was closer. It's like, maybe it's because you're unapproachable. Maybe it's deliberate too, and maybe it's working as intended if people don't ask me directions. It's like, I'm not trying to be unfriendly. I'm just trying to be occupied, where people don't want it to disturb me. Because I don't like to answer questions. And it's like, I don't mind it if I know what the answer is, but when people ask me questions that I don't know the answer to, and then they get mad at me for not knowing the answer, and it's like, why don't you know that? You work here. And it's like, I don't know everything. Leave me alone. And I have thought about getting some cards made up with answered questions on them. So when if people ask me questions, I can hand them a card. That way I won't have to talk to them. And I've mentioned that to my supervisor, and he thought it sounded like a good idea. He thought it was a joke, but it's like, no, I'm kind of serious. It's like, just to explain myself to people so they don't get offended. It's like, I'm not, but I'm not there yet. So I'm still not publicly outed, but privately so, and I think people know. So, but they don't understand. And it's like, then the other thing about being like liked and hated at the same time, people feeling sorry for me and misunderstood, but still compassionate, and like, I don't know, it's strange. I don't even know what to think half the time. If people are interested in me or attracted or repulsed, I just can't tell. So I just mind my own business, stick to myself, and it's like, ugh. And I clock in, I clock out. And it's like, I don't have any interaction with people outside of work. And I'm limiting all interaction with everybody. And it's like, I don't have any interaction with people at that building anymore. And I have just a couple meetings left. And that's it. I don't have other people in my life that I'm keeping in contact with. So I'm very much disassociating and disintegrating and divesting and pretty much disappearing from this little world on purpose, and I probably will continue. And that probably will make me a little bit even more unrelatable to other people as I grow more different to how regular people do things, but I was never going to be like them anyway. So it's like, why pretend at it? I'm just going to be like me. I will, and who knows? We'll see what happens. But I'll make the best of it and try my best and try to be a benefit to the people around me, not a detriment, and go from there. And that's really about all I can say, or even expect from anybody else. And respect, too. I can respect myself and respect others, and live and let live, and just keep running. Do what I know how to do. I don't know how to do that much. I can do the writing, I can do the running, the recovery. Yeah, I'll just keep recovering. The recovery doesn't end. Recovery from what? Like myself? I'm not trying to get over myself. I can't recover from being myself. I can just be myself. And then just that. It's like, I don't have to recover from that. I am not a disease. This way that I am is not a disease. So I can't recover from it. So, and as far as like drinking, I was like, I don't have a drinking problem. I stopped drinking. And I have no interest in it because it'll kill me. And it didn't give me anything that I want. It took away everything. I gave it away. So it's like, no, it didn't bring me any joy. So why would I want more of it? I have alternatives. Better alternatives. Things that don't cost nearly so much and take so much. So there's that. So I really do have a lot going on for me. A lot to take note of, a lot to be proud of. And I've already been through, like, probably a lot of the, it's like, I'm doing well. I am doing well. So I just gotta not beat myself up so much and have some more courage and confidence in myself. But confidence is probably like the last thing people want to see me with more of, because yeah, I don't know how it is. It's probably something to do with that I don't have other people around me constantly second guessing me. So it's like I boost myself up and I stay up. Whereas like recently with Barbara, it's like she's just trying to second guess and bring me down and gaslight and question me and approach me as if I'm lying, or approach me as if there's elements of my story that just aren't true and I need to prove them, provide evidence, and because they're so, okay, I don't know where this is coming from, but it's very uncomfortable. It makes me less likely in wanting to be around you. So if that was the mission accomplished, so I don't know. But I do like going out to breakfast. So like breakfast kind of outweighs like bad conversation a little bit. So it's like I can forgive bad conversation for breakfast. I just kind of steer conversation away from things that involve certain things, topics that I don't want to talk about because I can't. I can, but they are disagreed with, and I am wrong before I even start talking. So it's like, why would I, want to be stressed out by talking about stuff that I'm already wrong about before I begin? Because they've already come to a conclusion before I start. So, anyway, I guess I have more to talk about than I thought. A bunch of little topics spread out. But, yeah. This is me. And, for what it's worth. Yeah. Okay. Bye.